This video is not financial advice. Welcome to tracking my Bitcoin portfolio, day 46. I own the same amount of Bitcoin, but it's now worth $28,279, which is up $105.78 since yesterday. Now I'm going to go into these comments. Okay, this person said, good luck, broski. We are in the same boat. Stack sats and stay healthy. What do you think about July 4th? Clarity Act goes to White House. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. To be honest, I don't really care about the Clarity Act at all. I believe that, Bitcoin is outside of the government's control. I believe that money should be separated from state. I don't really care if the government is pro Bitcoin, anti Bitcoin, if the government doesn't have an opinion. I believe that it's something that can't be stopped, and so I don't really care about the government's opinion. But you've asked me, like, what are my thoughts on it? Like, do I think the market's going to go up or down? To be honest, I have no idea if the market will go up. If I were to make a prediction, I would say it's probably just going to go down. Now, here's my reasoning. Now, this is kind of just for humor. I don't really speculate. I'm a long-term investor, but here's my kind of like philosophy. Okay, so most people who are in the crypto market, they're just trying to make money quickly. Okay, they just want to go in and invest in something. It goes up, they sell, they make money quickly. Most people aren't able to go and wait 10 years. They're focused on quick gains. And so if I were to make a prediction, I believe you're going to have a bunch of people that are speculating that when the Clarity Act gets signed into law. Now, I don't even know if it's going to get signed into law. I haven't even looked into it, but maybe it does. You're going to have a lot of people speculating that on July 4th, the market's going to go up because we have this Clarity Act. And so that's good for crypto. And so everything should just go up. But whenever you have a large group of people, okay, thinking that one thing is going to happen, it leads me to believe that the opposite is going to happen. Whatever the average person is thinking, okay, the market's going to go up. It's going to, the Clarity Act, it's going to go up. Whatever the average person is thinking, sometimes I just think the opposite's going to happen. And so if I were to make a prediction on July 4th, I would say that the market's probably just going to be down, to be honest. So I want you guys to, on July 4th, come back to this video and let me know if I was right or wrong. But to be honest, that's kind of what happens. Like, the average person makes a prediction, like whatever the mass of whatever most like average people are thinking, just do the opposite because they need to be taken advantage of by the wealthy people that actually know what's happening. And you have insider trading. You have people that they cheat. Like, they can predict the market. If you have insider information, that does give you a little bit of an advantage. And so whatever the average person is thinking, they need to lose, and the rich people that have connections, they win. So that's my prediction. But that's kind of just for humor. I don't speculate short term. If I were to take a guess, that I would say, if the Clarity Act gets passed on July 4th, I would say the market's just going to go down. Okay, that's my prediction. All right, it might sound stupid to some of you, but you cannot predict the market unless you have insider information. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. And this person said, nice video, keep going. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. And then this person said, Bitcoin is what we should save in. The best argument I've heard and used myself is this: your time and energy is finite. Fiat is infinite. Why save money? Value is an abstract form via fiat, which another person can create from thin air. Save in something that is also finite. Bitcoin is your digital savings that allows you to get your time back. I wish my friends and family would listen. Even $1 to $5 per day would be life-changing in the future. I'll help them out, but would be nice if they could help themselves. Much love. Good luck, brother. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. Yeah, so obviously, that's one of the main positive things about Bitcoin is its scarcity. I believe that's essential for a money to be successful. It needs to be obviously scarce, and so fiat completely falls flat on its face. But then you also said right here, I wish my friends and family would listen. So I would say if you ever want to try and help someone, I would say to just tell them to invest their time into understanding what Bitcoin is, understand what money is, understand kind of how businesses work. It's I've made videos about this in the past. Telling people to buy Bitcoin, it's not helping them because they need to build the proper understanding and they need to build their conviction first, because Bitcoin is it's going to be very volatile. There's going to be a lot of articles, a lot of videos talking about the CIA creating Bitcoin, talking about quantum computing, and there are things to consider, but you have to build up your conviction, build up your understanding, so that when Bitcoin crashes, you don't freak out, you don't lose your seed phrase. You have to build up your technical understanding. So if you ever want to help someone out, just be like, hey, no, invest your time into understanding what Bitcoin is, and then let them make their own decision. You can bring a horse to water, guys, but you cannot force it to drink. Okay, I don't know if you guys have tried. You grab on the neck, you drink the water, drink the water. It doesn't, like, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So that's what I would say. Then you also said it would be nice if they could help themselves. Yeah, I would just tell them to invest their time. If it takes them 50 years for them to understand it, then that's how it's supposed to be. That's just how it's supposed to be. I know it sounds it's kind of hard to understand, because it's like, they could invest their money right now and then wait, and then obviously, in my opinion, I believe it's going to go up. But if they don't build up the conviction, they don't build up their understanding, you have to just let them. You just let them go. You just let them go, and you just hope for the best for them. That's all you can do. But yeah, thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. Now I'm gonna go on to this comment. You will hit one Bitcoin, never stop. Yeah, that's obviously one of my goals. If Bitcoin were to start rallying, I might not hit one Bitcoin. It's a good and bad thing. If it were to crash, then I would have to go and try and get more money and buy more Bitcoin. So I'll see what happens. Like, I'm not someone that says, I'm gonna get one Bitcoin for sure, but it's something that I'm gonna try and do. But as of right now, I'm making good progress. But thank you for your comment. Okay, Forrest Huddle said, thanks for taking my question. I don't think anyone really knows. All I know, if the world will be a much better place overall on what's the fuck. Okay, Forrest Huddle said, thanks for taking my question. I don't think anyone really knows. All I know, if the world will be a much better place overall on a Bitcoin standard. Yeah, so he was talking about what the world would look like on a Bitcoin standard, and I was trying to kind of imagine it. I don't really know. I don't really have the answers, but if you want to go to my last video, day 45, I was just talking about kind of how interest would work on a Bitcoin standard. But I would agree that whatever the system is, whatever is created from that system, since the foundation is something that is actually fair and just for everyone, it creates a much better system for everyone, regardless of exactly what that system is. Like, I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but since the foundation is fair and just, I believe that it would lead to a more fair and just system overall. So I would agree with that. But it's hard to say what the system will be, though. Like, trying to understand, like, what interest will be on a Bitcoin standard is something I haven't really fully understood, but I'll keep trying to learn as much as I can. But thank you for your comment. This person says, I buy one coffee worth of Bitcoin every day. If I can afford coffee, I can afford Bitcoin. Yep, absolutely. You can, even if it's just every day, just make it small. You buy a small amount of Bitcoin every day, just stacking stats, making progress. That's what it's all about. Thank you for your comment. This person said the discussion of interest on a Bitcoin standard was fascinating. I would like to ask Jack Mallers about that, since he thought a lot about this and runs 2 large Bitcoin native businesses. I don't know who this is. Is that the Jack? Is that the guy who the CEO of Strike? Is that him? Yeah, I think that's the CEO of Strike. I've watched some of his videos as well. He's definitely a pretty smart person. Yeah, I don't have the answers. It's hard to say what interest on a Bitcoin standard would look like. I don't know who Adam Livingston is, but I know who Jeff Booth is, and I read his book on the called The Price of Tomorrow, and I thought it was a pretty good book. But thank you guys for your comments. There's also one more comment over here that didn't show up. Where all the other comments are. If I ever miss your comment, it's because YouTube sometimes doesn't show me all of them. But this person said, glad to see ShakeBuy represented. What's your current stacking streak? I'm sitting at 1,919 days. I hear about learning from mistakes. I lost 10% of my Bitcoin stack in the Celsius blowup. Are you on Nostr yet? You can get zaps that way too. So I lost my ShakeBuy streak, so now I'm only at like 7 or something. But your streak is that's pretty incredible. But I'm not as consistent because I always forget. And then you also say that you lost 10% of your Bitcoin in the Celsius blowup. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's why, guys, you self-custody your Bitcoin. You learn how to self-custody, and then you store it over a long period of time. But that's what it's all about. It's like you learning, because now you've learned. You know, like even though that was painful, sometimes the only way to learn is to feel pain. And then you learn. Like when I was 16 and lost all my money in crypto, I learned from that. And so my opinions are formulated and molded through pain and experience. And so it sounds kind of, you know, like, oh, that sounds kind of bad, but it allows you to have a strong conviction. Because my conviction is so strong, it's something that like cannot be trampled. It's such a strong foundation in my mind from that experience. So that's what it's all about. And then you said, are you on Nostr yet? You can get zaps that way too. I've used Nostr a little bit, but I don't really have an official account. Not many people are on there, but I do like that feature. I do like that feature of you being able to send sats to other people and Bitcoin really being used as a native currency. So I think that is definitely something very interesting. And in the future, I feel like that's it'll probably be something similar to that. But yeah, there's not many people on there, so I'm not on there too much. But thank you for your comment. Okay, now I'm going to go into how much money I made from my chess YouTube channel on May 17, $8.35. So I just keep on making chess videos, keep trying to make as much money as I can. Okay, I want to ask you guys this question. How competitive is the free market? Okay, I'll let you guys think about that. It's very competitive, but that's a good thing, okay? Because competition leads to the best products and services, okay? And also in a free market, that leads to many win-win situations. You going to your job, providing value to other people, is a win-win situation. You get paid and other people get a particular product and services that they need or want. Like in order for me to have this laptop, have this mic, live in this house, people had to, build certain things, transport certain things in order for me to have certain things that I need. Okay, that's how a free market works. Okay, it allows the economy to be as efficient as it can possibly be. Okay, so I want you guys to think about that, but let's go a little bit farther. Okay, why is it so difficult for you to make a lot of money? Okay, like trying to make 10 grand a month, that's pretty difficult. You would have to provide a lot of value to people in order to make so much money, which is difficult unless you're someone who's extremely intelligent and you're good at a specific thing. So let's look at it like this. Okay, I'm gonna hop into a chess game here. Okay, so I am actively going to be playing against someone who's not getting compensated. This guy's not getting compensated to play me in this game of chess. Okay, he's simply doing this for fun. So I am versing someone who's playing this chess game just for fun. But look how well he's playing. Do you guys see that? See how he's moving the pieces around? See how he attacked my knight? See how he attacks the knight? Now I have to move it. Okay? It's the same thing in a free market. You're competing against other people, but not only are you competing against other people, they're getting compensated. You guys are competing for money. So in this chess game, we're not even competing for money, okay? But see how well he's playing, okay? See how he's threatening checkmate? I have to stop that. It's like when your business fails. See how he's attacking my rook? I have to stop that. It's like you're in a business, you have to adapt. It's like the same thing, except it's even more difficult because you're competing against people who are trying to get money, okay? You guys understand that? So I want you guys to think of it like that. He's attacking my queen, okay? I can't let him take my queen. Okay, if I take this pawn, then I have to stop his. I have to go. Boom! I blundered my queen, just like that. You go out of business. Okay, is he gonna take my queen? And he doesn't take the queen. He makes a mistake. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Even when your opponent could your business. Okay, I'm at 258 subscribers. I need to get to 1,000, and I need to get to 4,000 watch hours within 365 days. So the reason I want to monetize this channel is because once I monetize it, I'm basically monetizing my Bitcoin portfolio. So if you guys could please subscribe to this channel to help me monetize my Bitcoin portfolio, I would appreciate that. But I don't really have anything else to say for it today. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.